So how do you feel about college athletes being paid?
It's hard to determine whether or not college athletes should be paid because it's hard to determine the actual individual athlete's contribution to the program or to the school. If you take somebody like Buddy Hield at Oklahoma University, right, we would say, okay, he's an All-American, he's averaging 25 points a game. Obviously, a lot of people want to see him and a lot of networks carry his program because of Buddy Hield. But then, is that also to say that another player on his team isn't as valuable? So then, if you were to scale the pay, does that mean that you should pay Buddy Hield $2,000 a month and maybe somebody else on his team $1,500 a month? That right there brings up a brand new problem on its own. Suppose that other player thinks that he's as valuable as Buddy Hield, then now we're at the NBA level. One player saying, well, I should be paid as much as another player on my team because I'm just as valuable. So then how do you determine scale once you start paying athletes? But do I think that athletes actually generate a lot of revenues for their school and for their programs? Yeah, some athletes are so good that they actually generate enough revenues for their school program, or rather for their school team, that they carry other programs. Like maybe Oklahoma soccer isn't that good. Maybe Oklahoma women's volleyball isn't that good. The revenues for that program comes out of another program. And everybody knows this. It's not a crime. There's nothing underhanded about it. Everybody knows that this is what happens. But then once you start actually paying the individual athletes, what parameters do you set? How do you determine who's worth what? How do you actually pay them? Do you pay them in actual cash? Do you give them benefits in another way? How do you actually pay them? But like I said, once you start paying athletes, then you have to determine who's worth what. And for that reason, right now, you can't start paying student athletes. And we put student first. We don't say athlete students. We say student athletes. But yeah, the school makes a lot of money off of an individual. Everybody knows it. But how they're going to handle it, I don't know. It's kind of a new matter to me. I've given